Okay, let me look at the names first. Diffusion in biology, aerobic respiration, and then anaerobic respiration. The chapter 5.5 lungs and gas exchange, 5.6 breathing, 5.8 structure of the alveoli. So what did I see? That 5.2, 3, and 5 and 6. These are very closely related.
Yeah, and also we
Okay.
took it with you, Mr.
Respiration. Yes, Muhammad Ali, how many times we took it? We took it 3 times in one single day. Yes. Aerobic and anaerobic. We already took it a lot. And breathing is very closely related to respiration, because breathing
Yes.
involves the inhaling the oxygen and taking in air and releasing out air. That
Even
is
Mr.
Mister,
breathing.
the
Even
first lesson is the
5.8.
hardest for me, Mister.
Which one?
The first, for me, you're asking me, Mister.
Hmm.
For me, it's 5.1 because I don't understand diffusion in sharks and this. I don't
Okay.
understand
But
that.
Muhammad Ali, I was explaining to you aerobic and anaerobic. Who else was with us in the class?
Adnan and Badr and Ibrahim, each one came like when we finished.
Yes. When I finished 2 pages, then other guy came. Then I repeated. Then I finished 2 pages, then a new student came.
But it was helpful. It was helpful. Like, really
Okay, so
helpful.
that means this chapter will not take a lot of time. 5.2.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with 5.1 now. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr.
Ooh, what is this? Kebab or what?
Yeah, kebab, sambusa, tabbouleh, Mr.
hummus.
There is
Oh,
tabbouleh.
it looks like Arabian food.
Yes.
I know this. I know this. This is hummus.
Hummus,
Yes.
hummus,
And
Hummus,
hummus.
yes.
on the
This is
left side
teen.
of the
This is
house.
teen, the fig.
Yeah. There is
And
also
this is zaitun or what?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Olive.
zaytun.
And it is salad. I think salad. This one salad.
No,
Tabbouleh.
tabbouleh, tabbouleh.
Tabula.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
And
And this is
Sambusa.
that one,
khubs. Khubs.
yes,
Yes.
sambusa.
And
Sambusa.
this is pomegranate, the fruit, rumman,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Yes.
It's
something
rumman.
else. Ah, nice, nice.
This
This
There
sambusa.
is
was
also
very tasty. Hummus was very tasty. I remember. Hummus was very
yes.
tasty. When I go to Turkish hotel, it was very tasty. Turkish restaurant, I mean. Okay. So
See also, Mr. There
diffusion.
is sambusa.
Yes. Now diffusion in biology. How do substances move in and out of cells? The answer is often by diffusion. Okay. It's not like you have a cell and there is a door here. So the door opens, then the minerals go. No, there is no door like that. Okay. The cells, I mean the food that is coming, it will slightly diffuse or melt, something like that. And then the cell will take it. This is what diffusion means. Okay. Diffusion means what? It's not like a door that the cell will open. Yalla ta'al. Then all the food comes in and then the door closes. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay. What works? Diffusion. And what is diffusion? Now we will study in detail. But I don't need white color because I'm not writing on the screen. I'm writing on the pages. So I think blue is good here. Black is good here. Yes, because I have to write on the white
Yes,
page,
Yes.
not
yes.
at the background. I'm not teaching mathematics now. So what is diffusion? As scientists, we know that mashallah, we are all scientists, huh? As scientists, we know that matter is made up of moving particles which are too small for us to see. Okay. Now, diffusion takes place in gases and liquid as a result of the random movement of the diffusion is the net movement of. Okay, the definition is given here.
Yes. And also then
Diffusion is the net movement of particles from an area where there are a lot of them, yani high concentration, to the area where there are very less of them, that is low concentration.
Less.
For example, you have too
Miss
much of
does Mister
particles here. Hmm.
Mister does it work like as you have a shawarma restaurant, okay? And
What? I
it
have
has
what?
like for example, someone has a shawarma restaurant, okay? And
Shower.
if we
So
go
someone has
in,
a shawarma.
yeah, shawarma restaurant,
Shawarma restaurant. Okay.
and
Okay.
he makes shawarma, And if we go inside it, you like smell like a good smell because of shawarma. It will be high concentration. If you went out of the restaurant and far away, you'll smell from far away. It's low concentration. Is it like that?
No, I wouldn't say like that. I wouldn't say like that. What I will tell you, look, for high concentration to low concentration, what I will suggest to you.
Mr. Diffusion in Arabic is called ishab.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let me give you one example. For high concentration. Okay, let me think. I want to give a good example so you'll understand.
Like Mr. When you come back from the school and there is a high smell of the food and you can smell it from long place.
Who gave you this example? The teacher?
In the
Yes.
book.
Yes. The book.
See, Mr.
Where?
Diffusion
This
in action.
here?
Yeah, diffusion in
Let's
action.
do a thought experiment. You are walking from home. You are walking home from school. Okay. Walking, no one does that. All the kids are rich.
No.
They don't walk, they travel. Your evening meal is cooking in the kitchen. As soon as you go into your home, you can smell the food. You probably start to feel hungry. How did the smell of the food reach your nose? Particles escape from cooking food where they are at high concentration. Okay. They spread out randomly throughout by diffusion down a concentration gradient. You breathe in some of this particle and your nose sends signal to your brain which recognizes the food. Okay, so here they have told that in kitchen, the concentration of the food or the dish that is being prepared, it is in high concentration.
Yeah.
That's why in kitchen, the smell will be the highest.
Yes.
And as far as you start going from the kitchen, the smell will become low and low and low.
Like just like I said, right?
I think, yes, you said the same thing. Okay, so
Like
this
in a
is
different
this is
example.
the example. This is the example they have used for. Same can be said for the perfume also. Like when you pass through, when you are shopping, okay, in the night, and you pass through a perfume shop, it's so like concentrated, so much hard smell. But
Yes.
as soon as you go away from it in few seconds, you don't
It
smell
will lower.
anything. Okay, but inside when you go, oh, it's too much. And after you smell 2 and 3 fragrance, khalas, your nose becomes dead and you cannot smell any good thing. Huh? Okay, so diffusion in action now. We are going to study diffusion in many places. Now, for example, diffusion in the digestive system. Now they will explain that after we eat, we don't know what is happening. Okay, we are not controlling that the food will now go here and then it will digest and it will go to intestine. No, are we controlling it from our
No.
will? No,
No.
it happens because Allah made it like that. Okay, it's not in our hands to control what is happening inside once it goes inside. So what is happening? Your body cannot use the food you eat until it is broken down, because we eat big pieces of, for example, we are eating chicken. For example, the chicken was this much big. Okay, we will eat maybe these many pieces, we will chew it, but still this piece is very big. Okay, for the body to absorb it. So it will break down into even more further particles. And how it will be done? You have very strong acids in your body, in your stomach. You know that, right?
Yes.
So we will study about that. So those acids will break down your food, and your food, which looks like this big, it will be like dissolved. Okay, it will be like so small broken down particles. Okay, so today we are studying food, and one student has a username today with food.
There is also Mr. Falafel.
But we don't have a username today with falafel. We have Bihubb al-Akl. One student today.
Yeah,
So
but
he
in the picture there is Falafel.
in the picture.
Who's he?
Who's he? He is the capital of Saudi. Okay, so your body cannot. But Adnan and Badr did not say hi, hello, kef hal. أنا
Bonjour.
بخير.
No, Mister, I said.
فين أخوك؟
Yes, sister.
Hello, brother. You are staying silent since the start of the class, not saying hi, hello, كيف حالك, كيفك, nothing. What happened?
Say keep
Nothing?
حالك.
كيف حالك. Okay. So, what happens when you eat a meal? Your body cannot use the food until it is broken down and carried in your blood to the cells which need it. So the digested food moves into your blood from your digestive system by diffusion down a concentration gradient. Mark it. This is important. And what does it mean? The digested food moves into your blood from your digestive system by diffusion. Means what? This food that is broken down, okay, how it will go to your blood cells? By the process of diffusion. Okay.
Wait, Mister, that's why I don't understand it.
I'm telling you the same thing. You eat a big piece of chicken, okay, but when you chew it, when it goes into your stomach, is it still the same big size?
No.
No, it will be like these pieces,
It's
or
small.
even small pieces when you chew it. Yes,
It'll be small pieces.
yes, but still this small piece is very big for your stomach to transfer the energy from this big. Then what it will do? It will further break down because of the strong chemicals or acids present in your stomach. Then what will happen? This big chunks will become like these small dots, okay, like this. Then what will happen? How will these dots be used? By the process of diffusion. By the process of diffusion,
inside the body.
it will go. Yes, it's already in your body, but from that food, the broken down food will go to your blood.
I thought that there's like a kind of liquid in your body, in your stomach, that breaks down food, and then it will. And then it will go to the what's it called? Intestine. Intestine. Yeah, and then it will take the energy and give it to the cells and take the waste and throw them from your body using
that's happening. I'm not saying that there is no chemical. There is, but the chemical is doing what? It's breaking down the food. But how is that food utilized? What you do after it gets broken down into small pieces? What you do?
It will be spread inside the
we will study that. If that broken down food through the process of diffusion enters your blood, and when it enters the blood, khalas, then our task is done, because you are eating food for what? For energy. How will that energy travel? Through the blood.
Yes.
But can blood take big pieces of chicken directly? No, it needs to be further broken down and then diffused in our blood. Okay, so how it is becoming these small particles is not a concern in this chapter, but how it is diffused is a concern of this chapter.
Yeah, how does it get diffused? Now
yes,
we'll study it?
Yes, we are studying it.
Okay.
Like Mr. The diffusion of the food chunks is by spreading between the cells, so the cells can use it as energy.
Again, say it again.
The diffusion means like spreading of food chunks to be smaller pieces, then it will be spread between the cells, so the cells can use it as energy.
But I think the spreading is not known as diffusion.
Because like
this is known as breakdown.
Because on translation, it means like a spread or prevalence, propagation, and expansion.
I don't know what these words. Let me see what Google says about diffusion in digestion. Okay, diffusion in digestion. Okay, small football. Okay, I'll bring it and let's see what it says.
See, Mr. I sent the picture of the words in the group.
So small food molecules are usually absorbed in the small intestine, diffusing across the intestine wall and into the bloodstream. Only some food molecules are small enough to diffuse through the villi. Oh, it's getting very complicated. Let me erase it. So let's see what they are telling here in diffusion and pollination. Pollination, I know. Do you know what is pollination?
Mr. Talawar.
You have
Yes,
Yeah,
flowers.
in the
mister.
flowers.
Yeah,
You have flowers. You have very small particles here. Tuck, 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 everywhere. Where
stuck on
like
his foot.
you have these sticks. You have these sticks, and then these sticks have these containers. Okay,
And
and
it's
in
stuck
these
on his
container
foot,
inside
mister.
you have millions and millions of pollen grains. Okay, inside like this. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Yes.
Here. Okay, so when these pollen burst in the season, they are carried away by insects and by wind to other flowers. Okay, this is known as pollination. So
And then, mister, we get fruit.
yes, you form we get the fruits. Yes. So all over the world, people enjoy fruit from pomegranate to bananas and this and that. So fruits are produced when flowers are pollinated. And who are the agents of pollination? Insect, birds, bat, and even wind also. Okay,
Yeah.
not only like organisms, even wind also. Bees, yes, bees also. How does this work? Okay, but how do they find it? Now they are telling diffusion is the reason. How diffusion is the reason? Because the flowers have a scent, means what? A fragrance, a smell. What is the meaning of scent? Smell.
Smell.
Smell from the flower. Smell.
Or fragrance. I will call it fragrance.
Mister, is it like scent that like tells the bee that the flower is here?
Yes.
And also, Mr. Like on
Oh,
Persil, there is type
That's
of Persil that like دخون scent,
what's
or
that?
like بخور scent on
Bakhur scent.
Persil.
I heard there is a perfume like Itr with Bakhur, but
Yes.
what are you telling me?
No, you know the one that like the clean the clothes in the washing machine.
Downy,
There,
huh?
yeah, like down here there is the بخور scent.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know what I said.
From where is this commentary coming? I heard something.
Ah, yes, this is from the laptop. Like every new hour they
Ah,
say.
okay. So many flowers produce a scent, a fragrance, which diffuses through the air to tell the pollinators what they are there. Yani the bees know, okay, there is a very strong smell coming. Yalla,
There's a
let's go to
flower.
that flower. Okay. Yes, insect like butterflies and moths pick up the scent and follow it up the concentration gradient until they reach the flower. Okay, they keep on smelling. For example, how does the dog with the police work? How does it work? How can it catch the drugs and the blood? Because it is trained. Okay, that dog is trained to find the things using his nose. Correct. So he starts smelling. He will smell here, here, here. And as soon as he gets more strong smell, the dog keeps on moving in that direction until he finds where the smell is the strongest, correct? Then he finds the criminal, then he finds the drugs, then he finds whatever it is being trained to. Yes, you
yeah.
must have seen the videos on YouTube, how the dog police work. The police
Yeah,
dog
in
works.
America.
Yes? Yes, America. Yes. And then I hope you have seen it on YouTube.
America.
Okay. So, okay, blood and sharks. You know,
Blood and urine, mister, not
one drop of blood in the ocean. The sharks are so sensitive and they can like see from how much distance. Maybe they have mentioned it here. Let me check
How
on
miles,
Google.
by
But
using diffusion.
from
They
miles.
hear sounds inside of
blood
because of diffusion. I don't know how.
Mister, it can be blood and urine.
in for shark?
Yes.
Maybe when you are scared, maybe when you are
I
scared,
read
the
that.
urine will come out. Maybe so it will act as a double danger for you.
So Mr. Bees like use diffusion to find flowers. That is the main thing that about
Main
diffusion.
thing here, yes.
Yeah.
That's what they are telling, that how diffusion is related to pollination. And now they are telling the blood and shark also, that the ocean of the world are very large, but still shark can find their prey. What is prey? The food, yani on which it preys,
The food.
eats.
Fishes.
In
The
English,
fish
you
eat them.
have a word prey, and in English you have a word
And
prey.
predator.
The pronunciation is exactly
Oh.
same, but meaning and spelling is different.
Yes.
Prey
The
is to
first
pray
one
to
is the
God
pray,
and
the prayer. Okay, the
The
prayer,
salah.
the salah.
to God.
And the
Yes.
second one is prey, on which
Yeah.
yani you
Food.
eat. You eat that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just food. Like you cannot say prey. Prey means killing someone and then eating it. As far as I
Yeah.
know, prey.
Killing something or someone.
You cannot say that I have prey in my fridge and that is shawarma. You don't say that shawarma is my prey. No.
Okay.
You
We need to kill
hunt.
it.
You hunt something. Yes, you hunt something and then you eat it. Then that is prey.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't say my banana is my prey.
Mister, I
My
have a question,
pomegranate is
Mister.
my prey. You don't say that.
Mister, I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
For example, in Eid, your dad kills a sheep, okay? For Eid, Eid al-Adha, okay?
He slaughters.
And
The
then,
proper word is
yeah,
slaughters, not kills.
yeah.
Slaughters. Because
Okay.
killing is qatl
And then,
and slaughter is zabiha. So there is a
oh,
difference.
oh, yeah. He
Mm.
slaughtered the sheep so we can eat it. And
Yes.
then, no, we can give it to people and eat from it. And
Okay.
then when my mother cooked it and we ate it, is it our prey or no?
Let me check what Google says about the prey definition. Prey. Let's see what they say. Prey
Because it's
meaning.
cool, like to have a
See, an
prey.
animal that is caught and killed by another for food. This is what Google says. Okay, an animal that is caught and killed by another for food. I think in that situation we can say.
Oh, that's cool. So I have had a prey once.
Okay, next. Blood and shark. Now, this you already know that because the blood get diffused in the ocean water, the sharks can detect from where that blood came. Okay, and then it can track us. Okay. They smell substances, blood in the water, even at very low concentration. Even though 1 drop of blood or 2 drop of blood are nothing
Yes.
compared to the big ocean. But still, because its sensing, smelling capacity is very, very strong, sensing power, smelling power of the shark, that's why. They will swim up the concentration gradient, smelling the blood concentration getting higher until they find their prey. Yani, the same logic with the dog. They will keep on hunting and hunting and hunting until they get to a higher concentration gradient. What is gradient? Gradient means slope in mathematics.
Slope,
Okay.
yeah.
So concentration gradient means like the level of concentration is how much? Is the level of
Higher.
concentration high or is the concentration low? So the dog will start from the low, keep on smelling, searching until he finds a high concentration gradient. Same with shark.
We could do a line we could do a line graph on the concentration.
You can do a line graph.
Yeah, and putting like the concentration of shawarma.
Now diffusion and the lungs. Now they are bringing the third situation. Okay. So no, not the fourth situation. Fourth situation. Yes, one was with digestive system, one was pollination, one was blood and shark, and now with lungs. Now in lungs, what do you see as diffusion? Let's see what happens. In this chapter, you are going to look at how we breathe and how gases are exchanged in our lungs. It is important to remember what happens in diffusion. It will help you understand how respiratory system work and what they didn't explain anything. The net movement of particle in a liquid or gas down a concentration gradient from high concentration. Okay, this I already marked in the starting here. The same thing. Look. Diffusion is the net movement of particle from high to low. Yes, it's given 2 places. Yani you want to learn from here. or here. Both are
And the
same.
key point, mister. And the key point there.
I'll go to the key points now. So diffusion. Oh, okay. Key point also has the definition of
Yes.
diffusion. No problem. Now diffusion is very important in many biological systems. Okay. Now what is the first thing? Describe what matter is made of. Matter is made of particles.
Liquid or gas? Liquid and gas?
No, particles.
No, matter. See, matter is of three types: solid, liquid,
But
and
mister,
gas.
and the definitions write particles in liquid and gas or gas.
Look,
So
what
you
did
can
they
write
write
liquid. Here, mister, in the black one, the black one.
See, matter is made up of moving particles. Look. Here. Okay.
Mr.
Matter
Like,
is made up
about
of moving particles. I will underline it.
above the questions, Mister, there is also another diffusion meaning.
Where?
Mister, we could say moving.
This one.
They're made
movement
out.
of particles and liquid or gas down a concentration gradient.
In a
Yeah,
liquid or a
that's-
gas, down a concentration from high concentration to low concentration. So here the answer will be moving particles. This is the answer for question number 1.
Mister, they said describe. Like we should say moving particles such as gas or
liquid.
Such as gas or liquid. And also, Mr. See the
Okay.
definition of it in key points.
Which are two diffusion takes place in gases and liquids? No, they are not asking diffusion here. Are they asking diffusion here in the first question? Why are you
No,
telling me liquid
matter.
and gas? It's a general question. Describe what matter is made of. Matter is made of moving particles. And matter is of three types: solid, liquid, and gas. That's all. You cannot say liquid and gas only because they didn't ask you the diffusion yet. Now they are asking diffusion. Then you can tell. Okay, you have so many definitions you can write.
Then movement of particles and liquid.
The third question: describe how can you tell if there are some flowers in a dark room?
Because of the scent of it.
But
Yes, because of the scent of it.
Oxygen, how you think oxygen might get from the air in your lungs into your blood? By breathing.
Explain how you think oxygen might get from the air in your lungs into your blood. Diffusion.
By the diffusion of the cells of the oxygen inside the lungs to your blood.
We have lungs.
Yeah, lungs.
And this is
trachea.
Trachea. And this is your nose or mouth.
Mouth.
Yes.
So we take in air.
Breathe.
The air goes here in the bronchitis everywhere.
The alveoli.
The alveolus.
So I don't think we'd explain it like this because we did not take the inside the lungs yet. Like in
No, we
did not take inside the lungs. Who is saying this? Who read the chapter 3 times? You are saying this?
What?
Muhammad, we took it.
No, we took it. Yeah, but the next lesson, like not the same lesson.
Here we took even detail.
Yeah, I know we took it, but we did not take it like yet. Like if we took that lesson only.
But we have already took. Did you forget everything here?
No, mister. Like we took
okay,
it.
Khalas, then you have to listen to the whole story. If you have completely lost this chapter, okay, then I am with you. I have sympathy with you. But if you still know some concepts, then you can understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not telling something out of this topic. So when that air goes in your body, in your lungs, in your bronchus and bronchioles, then the oxygen, how does it catch it? By the process of diffusion. Yani how oxygen goes into your blood? By the method of diffusion. And respiration we will study now. So aerobic respiration and anaerobic. I will not take a lot of time here, okay? Because we have already discussed it multiple times, correct?
That's easy.
Yes. Yeah. Aerobic, Riyadh, what is the basic difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration? What is the main difference?
Mister, I know that the aerobic to take oxygen, but anaerobic should not take oxygen.
Yes, correct. This is the biggest basic definition. The difference that aerobic respiration is the respiration that happens in the presence of oxygen, and anaerobic is what? It happens,
without oxygen.
but
In the absence.
without the presence or with the absence of oxygen. Now, Riyadh, in human body, which kind of respiration takes place? Riyadh,
I can't.
in human
Oh,
body, aerobic or anaerobic?
Human body aerobic. Or the two?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
the
both
two,
of them, because both of
Not
them
not just aerobic. I used to think that in
Yes.
human body aerobic takes place. No.
But all
Most
the time
of the
we are using
times,
aerobic.
most of the
Yes.
times aerobic takes place. But when you want a sudden burst of energy, aerobic is very slow for that.
Yes.
So our body uses energy from the process of anaerobic respiration. And yani, in few seconds, we get a big amount of energy. Then that's why when we stop, we do for so long.
Yes.
Why? Because we are
Take
recovering.
oxygen to
Whatever we
remove
lost
lactic
in
acid.
few seconds, we are recovering
Yeah.
it. Correct?
recovering
We
the
are
lactic,
recovering.
lactic acid. Like removing the lactic acid by the
To
oxygen
remove
that
the
we took
lactic
after
acid
the
from
exercise.
the lung.
Yes. And lactic acid is very dangerous for the body.
Yes.
Yes. That's
It's
why our
toxic.
body does not. Yes, it's toxic. That's why our body needs to filter it out.
Yes.
Like Mr. This aerobic
So
respiration lesson comes from the the first lesson, because of the food. We took food, so we take energy. Then
okay, so aerobic respiration, now energy from food. So what happens in anaerobic? We have studied here that when we burn the sugar in oxygen, that method is uncontrolled. In our activity, we took sugar in the spoon and it burns wildly. Okay, but we want the sugar to burn in a controlled manner. That's what happens in our body. And aerobic, you should know the equation. I mean the word equation, that glucose plus oxygen gives us carbon dioxide and water, which is a waste.
Yes.
yes,
Okay, which is a
and also
waste.
energy.
These two things are waste, but energy is used.
Yeah, energy is used by the way.
Okay, so this is aerobic respiration, and definitely oxygen should be there because this is aerobic. Okay.
Yeah.
They should have mentioned here aerobic word also. They just wrote respiration here. They should have
Mr.
mentioned like this.
Our teacher
Okay.
said that we have also to write the symbols word equation, like not only the word. Like the symbol is C6H12O6 plus O2 plus
No.
H2O plus ATP plus O2
What is
equal
C6?
CO2 plus H2O plus ATP.
What is C6?
C6H12O6 is the symbol for glucose. It means 6 molecules of carbon, 12 molecules of hydrogen, and 6 molecules of oxygen. When they combine, this is known as glucose.
Glucose.
Okay.
Do we need to put comma between them or no?
And also, Mr.
Did I
Lactic.
put any comma?
No.
Is this
Did I-
12 or
Did I
what?
put any comma?
H12.
H2O. No.
No, like in the glucose.
And also,
What
Mr.
is
The
this?
symbol.
H12?
Wait. Let me balance it first. 6 carbon, both sides. Then how many oxygen you have? 6 into 8, 12.
2, 4, 6.
You need 6 here because 6 times 2, 12 hydrogen here, 12
Yes.
hydrogen here, balanced. And then how many oxygen you have? 12, 18. So
Yeah, Mr.
Okay.
602.
now it's balanced. Now it's
Yes.
balanced, I think.
The
Yeah.
teacher did the same in our class.
The t-shirt is the same. Okay, now how many carbon are here? C6.
6.
Okay, on the left side.
6.
How many right are there? 6.
6.
Okay, carbon is balanced. What about hydrogen?
8,
12
12.
here.
12.
And
12.
how many here? 6 multiplied by 2, 12.
Like 2 equals
How many
12.
oxygen are here? 6 here
6,
and 12 here. How much total? 18.
18.
And how much
Multiply
here?
2.
12. 6 times 2, 12 and
Mhm.
6, 18. So everything is balanced. This is a balanced equation. Balancing of equation is not grade 7 stuff. I think this is grade 8 or grade 9 stuff. So you don't need to
Yes.
worry. Just learn these numbers. That you have to put 6 here, put 6 here, put 6 here. Okay. Now from where this 6
Why do we
came?
need to know this?
What?
By the 6 carbon.
We're already confused.
Confused for what? You have to remember what
Like
is glucose.
C6H12. Okay.
You don't need to get confused. Sometimes you have to learn it as it is. Yani you are finding logic here. What is happening here? No, you cannot find logic everywhere. You just add, learn. C6H12O6. Khalas. No need for questioning. Plus, make
Okay.
plus O2 is oxygen, and we get three things. Carbon dioxide, you get water, and you get energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, and then just put 6 here. Put 6 here. Put 6 here. Khalas. Move on. I didn't understand this. Why it is 6? Why 12 goals here? Why say sitta maktub hina? If you keep on doing this, then khalas, you cannot learn anything. Simple. I just told you what you have to do. Okay. How is 6 C6 and H12? This is a later issue, not now. Okay. So now there are some basic differences between plant cell and animal cell. You should know.
Yes.
But there is one thing common: mitochondria. Yani mitochondria comes here as well as it
Stores
comes in the
energy.
plant cell and the animal cell also. But there are some differences, like there is a double protective layer in a plant cell that is known as cell
Mister, there is
wall.
the same
But that
Cell
cell
membrane.
wall is not there in the animal
Gland.
cell. The left one is animal cell. I will write it down here.
And
This
there
is
is no
animal cell.
chloroplast, Mr. in the animal cell. Or subvacuole.
Mister, all the class they know that this is the plant cell and that is the animal cell.
The whole class knows.
There was Mr. a science fair, and me and Yusuf was a group. So we did a model of animal cell, like a 3D model.
Okay.
And Mister,
So
me,
what is the function of mitochondria? Mitochondria is called the powerhouse of cell.
Or the warehouse.
Warehouse also.
Yes.
Stores energy. But Mr. The teacher said one of them is mitochondria, the other one is another thing. I don't remember what is.
Mr. If the animal cell have a chloroplast, then the human will be green, right?
Probably yes. So mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Now why? Because it stores the energy. Which energy? That we created in this equation, ATP. Okay. I will also, okay, no need for the full form. It's none of the concern now. So yes, this can come, and the teacher can ask you which type of cells contain a lot of mitochondria. Okay. So muscle cells, for example, they need to store a lot of energy. That's why muscle cells have too much of mitochondria. Okay. And what about the plant? In plant, which area requires a lot of energy? Like the cells producing the seed, where the seed is produced or the fruit is produced. Those areas require a lot of energy. And when you require a lot of energy, you need battery. Okay. So mitochondria is like the battery. Okay. It is the energy provider. Okay.
Okay.
So,
but Mister, the fat has no high number of mitochondria.
Which one?
Yeah.
Who?
Fat cell.
The fat and oil.
Cell.
The fat cell.
Yeah.
Animal or plant cells storing fat or oil have very few mitochondria because they use very little energy. I think because the fat in itself is energy. And why it needs another energy thing.
Okay. See, Mr. We finished the whole lesson.
Because we have already studied it previously. That's why I don't want to go again too much detail. So short. So name the reaction that gives a controlled release of energy inside cells.
Respiration.
Name the reaction that gives a control. Okay. Aerobic respiration.
Yes.
Okay. Name the structure inside cell where the controlled release of energy takes place.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria. Okay. And you know how did we draw mitochondria in our school days? We draw
What,
this
Mr.?
in my school days. Okay. How did we draw mitochondria? Still, I remember till date.
That was-
It's like an intestine.
How it is like intestine.
No, it's
It's
like a
like a
bone.
bone. Yeah, bone.
Yes.
Yes, we used to create it like this mitochondria, and I think if you check it on Google also,
It was wrong,
maybe.
Mr.
Huh?
It was wrong.
No, who said it was wrong? I said in my childhood we used to draw it like this because my school paid too much attention on drawing things. Not like your system, just look at it and khalas, move on. No, we have to draw it with our hands, all the things. That's why like we remember these days, like we have the eye lens, then we have the like cornea, like that. Yani, this is the eye structure, and then we have retina, then we have optic nerve. Yani, we have drawn these eye diagrams multiple times. Not only eye diagrams, the ear diagrams, we used to draw it from the book. All the things, heart diagram, all the things. That's why yani, even till date I can yani, make out the diagram. So it's good. Yani, we remember things when you draw it with your hands.
Right,
Okay,
from
so
this way.
heart muscles have a lot of mitochondria. What is the reason?
Because the heart is the only muscle that doesn't stop, so it needs a lot of energy.
Yeah, it
So
was
it
all
Yes,
so it can
even though
work.
you are sleeping, even though you are sleeping, but your heart is working.
Yes.
So it requires a lot of energy, and to require a lot of energy, it needs too many battery.
Yeah.
Okay, and mitochondria is the battery.
Mr.
It's energy
Why
provider.
skip question 3?
Write a summary word equation for. This is already
We
here.
it's
Yeah,
Word
the
I
keyboard.
equation. It's
Yeah.
already here. Word equation. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your word equation. Word equation means what? You just have to write words. Okay.
Simple equation.
When the
Glucose,
teacher tell
oxygen.
you word equation, khalas, you only write this one. You don't write the bottom one. When do you write the bottom one? When the teacher tell you write the chemical reaction. Is it clear? I will label it. I will label it. I will label it for you guys. This
Can
thing.
it be written
This.
like a simple equation?
Wait. This is word equation.
Then chemical reaction equation.
And this one is chemical reaction or chemical equation. But simple, if they give simple reaction, then you have to.
SYMP.
Mr. we
If
have
they
to
give
move
simple
faster
reaction, I
because-
think then you have to give this chemical
Yes.
reaction. Because they did not
Mr.
mention word. But if they mention word equation, then you have to use this. Yes.
Mr. we have to move faster because we take 1 hour and 2 lessons only.
No, the third lesson is almost, I will tell you quickly.
Yeah.
So in 1 hour, you will finish
Anaerobic
3 lessons. Now,
respiration.
anaerobic respiration also happens in human body also, but
Yes.
it is for a very short period of time when you need a burst of energy, for example, race. So in aerobic respiration, what is happening? This was aerobic. We already studied it. Okay. They have repeated it just for revision. Now,
Right.
what is the equation for anaerobic? This is the region. Yani
Glucose.
here what was the difference? Here it was glucose plus oxygen. Here it is just
Without
glucose. Is
oxygen.
there any oxygen? Without oxygen, yes. Now glucose is breaking down into what? Lactic
Into
energy,
lactic
lactic
acid.
acid and energy.
Energy.
Now this guy is dangerous and this guy is useful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is
Mr.
We
toxic.
take oxygen to remove it. Take oxygen
We need
to
what?
remove it. We take more oxygen to remove the dangerous one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Maybe Riyadh was also with us or what last time? How he knows
No,
everything?
but because we study it for a test, so everyone have the information in mind.
Information. Good. So in aerobic, what happens? Even one guy is very powerful. Yani from one cell, you get a lot of energy in aerobic. Yes.
Yes.
But in anaerobic, one guy gives very small energy. Very small energy. But what is the thing? There are so many guys. Yani, if this guy give 1 riyal, 1 riyal, 1 riyal, you will have a collection of 1,000 riyal, correct?
Yes.
But here, this guy gives 1,000 riyal.
One.
Okay, so this is the difference. In aerobic, every guy is very powerful. But in anaerobic, we have so many guys, but each guy is having less energy. But the collective energy is also big. That's why you get a burst of energy. You get a huge amount of energy in a very short time. But
Yeah.
if you want a huge energy from aerobic, you will take a lot of time. And to
Yes.
run 100 meters, you will take 5 minutes. Okay. So what is the issue here? You have so many small guys, but each guy is creating a small energy, but the collective energy, the overall energy is beneficial
Is the
for
same.
us. Yes. And once you stop, what happens? Your body has created a lot of lactic acid. Now look at this graph. What happens? You are normal, breathing, everything good. Till
Yeah, with
now
the
you are
sweat,
at rest. Now, once you start performing an exercise or a running, what happens? You take a lot of oxygen, you take
There's
a
a
lot of
lactic acid.
oxygen, and the anaerobic respiration makes lactic acid. Now you have created a lot of lactic acid. Now what happens? You finish your exercise. Now you will breathe normally or you will breathe heavily?
normally.
No, when you finish a very hard work, you will
Yeah.
breathe
Heavily.
hardly.
Fast.
You will
Yeah.
breathe strongly. So from
Yes.
that time, you are taking oxygen more than the normal person. Why? Because you need extra oxygen for what? For removing
Remove
lactic
the-
acid, which is very harmful for the body. That's the concept of anaerobic respiration.
Like Mr. Lactic acid
Okay.
produces sweating, right? Or sweat.
In sweat, I'm not sure.
Like
I'm not sure that in sweating lactic acid is there. I don't know.
see, Mr. The
I'm
symbol
not the
of
pro. I'm not the pro in this subject. So I need to search so many things.
I searched for the symbol of the lactic acid, like when I was studying from before. The symbol of lactic acid is C3H6O3.
C3H6O3.
Yes.
The half of glucose, huh? C6H12O6.
Yes.
Because glucose is breaking down.
Yeah, but lactic acid is the waste.
See, Mr. C, the fourth question.
Primary acid.
Oh,
Oh,
Amir thinks he is late for school. He runs as fast as he can to get there on time. When he gets to school, it is several minutes before his breathing rate down slows to normal. Explain what is happening in Amir's muscle cells. The excess oxygen is removing the lactic acid produced. Yes.
yes.
Now, why is anaerobic respiration useful?
Because anaerobic respiration is used in exercises. So when it's used in exercises, it will be used in less time. But when
Yes.
aerobic respiration is used, it will
Yes.
take a long time to take more
Take
energy.
time.
When you do an activity that requires a lot of energy for a very short time. For example, when you are lifting weight, it is not a normal thing. When you are running to your maximum speed, this is not your daily stuff. This is not your usual stuff, correct?
Yeah.
When you are
Yeah.
holding like big gallons of water, or like when you are running on a treadmill or something like that, this is not your usual stuff. So for doing the stuff that requires a lot of energy quickly, your body goes to anaerobic mode instead of aerobic mode. And later, when you finish that task, after a few minutes, it takes to recover because your body is recovering. So these were the 3 lessons.
Yes.
Okay. And maybe I'll take a 10 minutes break and then I'll be back, inshallah. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay.
Mr. Make it 15. Better.
15 better. Yalla 15.
Yes.
Tuck, 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 tuck. Okay. 15.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, there is Ibrahim. I just saw him. Wow.
Oh,
He's
when
the
he's
next secret agent. He just comes in and stay silent for the whole conversation, and
Sixth
then
edi-
he's our secret agent after Ahmed Fuad. He's the second secret agent.
edition 2.
Addition
Edition
to
Mister, I joined through my phone.
Okay, so you are not two places, huh? You are just one place. I see 7 guys. I ask money for 7 guys. Khalas. Yes. Fulus incoming from Muhammad Ali. Okay, I'm back. Who else?
I'm here. I'm here, Mr.
I was always here, Mr.
Always here, huh? Who else? Adnan, Badr, Amir, and Hima.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, Badr is there. Adnan, Amir.
If Mr. Adnan Badr there, of course, is Adnan is there.
Okay, so Amir and Ibrahim.
They are sleeping.
Sleeping.
Mr. We should take 5 more minutes break.
Why? What happened?
Nothing.
Okay.
Because I'm on my phone.
Okay, then stay on the phone. I'll continue this and I'll go. The lungs and gas exchange. Now we are working on 5.5. Okay. We studied this chapter also last time. Okay.
Yeah.
So, 1 minute.
Amir is back, Mr.
Oh, Amir is back. Okay, but Ibrahim didn't speak
didn't talk.
anything so far.
Yes.
Is he there or just he just entered and went somewhere? Or mic problem? Anyways, let me quickly continue. So 5.5, the lungs and gas exchange. And this is the diagram I was talking moments ago. Like last time I was talking about this diagram, that the air enters our body through the trachea, it goes to the lungs. And inside the lungs, you have branches like this, which is known as bronchus, bilcarf. Okay, bronchus. Bronchus is singular or plural?
This is for the plural. For the singular is bronchi.
No, singular,
Okay.
singular,
Singular is bronchus, plural is bronchi.
Really?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
How?
Bronchitis.
Look here. Look here. Singular is bronchus,
Yes.
plural is bronchi. Okay.
I think Mr. Bronchi is the Greece language, Greek language.
So the air goes here and then goes to the every branch here, 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 here. And what are the end points? These end points are alveolus singular and alveoli plural. Alveoli, what do they do? We will study now. Okay, this is the detail. This is the zoom diagram version. Okay, this is the zoom version of alveolus.
Yeah.
So let's go step by step. So a normal guy will think that breathing and respiration is same thing. Okay.
No.
For a layman, he will think this, but there is small difference.
Yes.
Breathing is just you take in air, you release air out. Khalas. But when the air goes inside, what is happening?
Respiration.
We don't know.
That process, no, not we don't know. I mean, I am differentiating respiration with breathing. Breathing is just what? You take in oxygen, you take out. No, you take in air, you take out air. Khalas. Inhaling, exhaling. That is just breathing. But respiration is even more than that. And breathing is what? Just you take in air, you take out air. Khalas. But when that air goes inside, what is happening? What happens after that? Then what happens after that? Those big processes are known as respiration. Did you understand what is the basic difference?
Yes.
Yes.
Breathing, in breathing, we are not studying what is happening inside our lungs. No, that is we are studying in respiration. Okay, because in respiration, sometimes oxygen is involved, sometimes oxygen is not involved, like aerobic and anaerobic. So now let's come to this page. And diaphragm, who remembers the function of diaphragm? It will come in the next lesson. We will study it there, not now.
The sheet.
It's like it will act as a spring action. It will work as a spring.
Go up and down.
Go up and down.
يعني
Yes. And make lungs empty or make lungs full of air.
air.
This is the work of spring. It will go down, it will make more space here. So the lungs
Yeah,
can increase. But when you want to release the air, it will go like, it will become like this. It will go up. Okay.
like
that.
it's
So it's
pushing it.
To remove the
pushing it and
carbon
pulling it,
dioxide.
because lungs do not have the power to become big or small. They don't have this ability. So who helps? The rib cage,
Diaphragm.
yani the muscles here. Okay, these muscles help and this diaphragm helps. These are the two things that help the lungs become big and small.
And the pleura makes it easy for the lungs to get bigger and smaller by the diaphragm.
Say it again.
Like pleura makes it easy for the lungs to get bigger and smaller by the diaphragm.
Why? How?
See, Mr. in the
see,
definition
pleura
of it.
is a slippery substance here.
Yeah, slippery
So
membrane.
it reduces the friction. It reduces the friction so that the rib cage and the lungs do not rub. Yani do not like become big, jam each other or block each other. They are very smooth inside, so it slides over it, so that the lungs can increase the size without even blocking or sticking to the surface. It will not stick to ribs. That's the reason, because pleura is very slippery. It's written where?
There,
here. The pleura are tough, slippery. Look, they are slippery membranes surrounding the lung. They produce a liquid and slide over each other, making it easier for the lung to get bigger and smaller. Okay, as you breathe in and out. So mouth and nose we take in through nose and mouth, but nose is preferred because there are so many hairs and inside there is filtration process. So breathing through the nose is more preferable, more healthier than compared to mouth. Okay, so the air goes to your trachea. What?
Exhaling is better from mouth or nose?
Exhaling?
Yes. Like to remove carbon dioxide.
I got your point. Yani, as of my limited knowledge, I think nose is good for both. It is preferred for both, for inhaling and exhaling both. Because generally when you are sleeping or when you are doing your daily stuff, if you are reading something, you are inhaling and exhaling through your nose. So this is like a default position in a human.
You see, Mr. The human, when or everyone sleeps, they sleep while their mouth is open, because if the nose have any problems, then the mouth can exhale or inhale.
But usually who does the responsibility? Nose.
The nose.
As far as I know, from my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, that the inhaling and exhaling happens with the nose preferably. But if there is some blockage, for example, when your nose is blocked, when you have a cold or something, your nose gets blocked. So we don't have any option but to breathe from our mouth. We don't have any option because the nose is so much blocked. But after 2 days, 3 days, when the nose becomes clean, khalas, we can breathe again like usual. Okay, so bronchus are what? The branches that are spread out in your lungs, and they take the air
from the
try to remove what?
They take the air from the trachea into the alveolus.
Okay, let me continue, because too much interference, then it will take a lot of time. So from bronchus, the thickness decreases. Look. Look how much is the thickness of bronchus here. Look here, it is very thick, but when it's spread out, it becomes shorter. Now look at the thickness of bronchus here.
Yeah.
So thin. Okay. So why it is happening? Because it creates a big surface area. Yani you have this branch, this branch, this branch, this branch. So too much surface area. So alhamdulillah, you can trap a lot of oxygen. But if you have only 1 and 2, it will trap very less oxygen. Yes, that's why we have so many bronchus. That's why. Okay,
but they're a bit small, like less wide.
Yes, it will become less wide. Yes. and it will give, like it will connect the alveolus. And what happens in the alveolus now we are going to study here. But before that, in bronchi, there is a diagram given here. So these are the ciliated cells. Okay, ciliated cells. I am underlining because it looks important to me. So ciliated cells are
Like
what?
Mr.
These are the cells that contain mitochondria and they contain some hairs. Okay,
This
cilia.
hair stop the dirty.
Yeah, the
Yes,
dust and
yes,
the
it's
dirt.
written here. Yes, ciliated lining cells lining the bronchi keeps help dirt and microorganism out of your lungs. So these
Okay.
also acts as a filter.
Yes, Mr.
Filtration.
See also, they make
Okay.
mucus which traps dust and dirt from the air. It also traps harmful microorganisms which might infect the lungs.
Yeah, and it's
not
also
enter
in
the
your
lungs.
nose. It's also in your nose.
Yes. Now alveolus, these are, now this we will study in detail. Now look, each alveolus is a tiny air sac. Sac is what? Container. Sac is container. It captures air at the end of the tubes, which is where gas exchange takes place. What is gas exchange? You take in oxygen and you just dump carbon dioxide so that it can be thrown out of the body. And the air that we take in from surface around, does it only contain oxygen? 100%?
No, it contains
No, it
oxygen,
has
nitrogen,
nitrogen.
Okay. Now how much
carbon dioxide.
oxygen is there when we take in air? This is in the next lesson.
I think it's 21%.
21,
25.
25?
21. Okay,
21.
21
Yeah,
before. But when we release, it contains even
16.
still big amount, but not that much. And it contained 21 before and 16 when we release it. So 5% almost oxygen we take it. But look at
Yeah,
the
Mr.
carbon dioxide. The carbon
inha-
dioxide we take is 0.04%, but when we release it, it is 4%, which is what?
4%.
100
Multiplied by
times
100.
bigger. 100
Yeah.
times bigger.
Remove the decimal to the left, to the right.
Oh, two
Mr.
decimals,
Math is
please. Huh?
everywhere.
Mathematics has entered the chat.
Math in everywhere.
You see, Mr.
Everywhere. 100
Inhaled
times.
air,
Yes.
inhaled air, like the percentage of it is more than 100, like 21 plus 79 plus 0.04 is more than 100.
How?
It's 100. 100.
Show it to me how it is more than 100.
100 plus 0.04 equal 100.04.
La.
Yes.
Oh, you mean this.
0.04.
Okay, so what they should have done, maybe they should have mentioned 78 here. That would be better from their side.
Yes. And see also,
Okay.
Mr. The exhaled
Even here
air,
also, they should have mentioned 78.
exhaled air is less than 100. See, like 16 plus 79 plus 4% is less than 100.
Yes.
99.
They did not do the maths properly or what? They did not take lessons on Saturday.
Maybe.
There's no
Friday.
math.
On Friday and Saturday. Okay. So it's not that the air that we take in contains 100% oxygen. No, it has around 21% of oxygen, out of which we take almost 5% and we throw out the other oxygen.
You
Now,
heard, Mr.
from
not
where
the
this
exact
oxygen
amount.
is coming? Why do we have so much oxygen in our atmosphere? Who is the producer of oxygen for us?
By trees, plants.
By trees
yeah.
and plants. But if we cut down a lot of millions of trees, what will happen?
No
We'll have
oxygen.
no oxygen.
No oxygen.
There will be which gas in the atmosphere a lot?
Carbon
which is
dioxide.
dioxide.
From
Carbon
the
dioxide.
factories.
And when you have too much carbon dioxide, it leads to what effect?
To
Death.
It leads to global warming and greenhouse effect.
Oh, yes.
And death.
It
Yes,
increases the temperature of the earth.
Yes.
And death.
Chapter 4.
But the Mr. Like if you have no oxygen, the earth will just die instantly.
If
Like in
there is
2
no
minutes.
oxygen, yes. In 2 minutes, huh? 2 minutes, what will you do? Anaerobic respiration you will do?
But Mr. without Without oxygen in Earth, the Earth will be frozen.
I don't know
We
about
will
what,
die.
what
We
will
will die
happen.
before
Because-
it freezes.
because the
Anyways.
Okay,
because
okay,
the
okay, okay, okay. So alveolus, what it does, this also can be asked in which part of the lung gas exchange takes place. So your answer has to be alveolus.
Alveolus.
Okay, so
Alveolus.
please mark it. Where gas exchange takes place? Alveolus, not bronchus,
Alveolus.
not pleura, and not
We have to
anything
learn,
else.
Mister, that there are two types of tubes in the respiratory system. And there is one type of air sac, and there is the inhalers. That is the mouth and nose.
Yes. And there are millions of alveolus in the
sacs.
lungs, okay? Air sacs. And they will have a good blood supply to make oxygen from the air and to get rid of waste carbon dioxide made by the cell. You will find out more in the topic 5.8. Oh, we have 5.8 also.
Mister,
Now,
the
pleura
teacher,
we have already discussed and diaphragm
yes.
we have already discussed. Now, let me go to the next
Mister,
chapter
the
quickly.
teacher in our class said that there is upper respiratory system and the lower respiratory system. The upper respiratory system, there is the nose, mouth, nasal cavity, and pharynx. And the lower respiratory,
Pharynx,
larynx,
larynx, and
trachea,
then you have trachea, then you have lungs and like diaphragm and these
yeah,
stuff.
bronchi and lungs.
Okay, so now we are going to the simple breathing process. That is what? Inhaling and exhaling. Khalas. Only these two things
Exhaling.
are known as breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. And this diagram is very clear to you guys that oxygen
Yeah.
before is less, is more. After inhaling, it becomes less, and exhale less. But carbon dioxide get reversed. In inhaled air, it's so small. In exhale air, it is 100 times bigger.
Right.
So, and how do you breathe? I told you that the lungs do not have the ability to become
To
big
be
or
bigger
small.
and smaller.
Okay. So when
Yes.
the air is coming down, we take
The
in
diaphragm will go
air.
down.
What happens? The diaphragm will go down like a spring action,
Down.
and
And the
the ribs also will become expanded like this. They will become like this in big in size, so that the lungs
Like
become
Mr.
big and they can acquire air. Yes.
The ribs will go out like that. It will be they're a big place for the oxygen or the lungs or what?
Big. I'll try to
Like
show you something now. I will try to show you something now. Wait.
Like Mister, the whole lesson of 5.6 is in the key points. The key points is taller than me.
The key points is
Like it's very long.
see the key point. Mr. See the key point.
Like it have the whole summary of the lesson, everything.
Yeah, it is so important.
oh.
Like it
Key
have
points is
everything, Mister.
Look at the size of the rib cage here.
Wow.
Is this
Okay,
an
it's
animation, Mister?
GIF. Yes.
But Mr. Why is the
Diaphragm
diaphragm
is not moving.
is doing anything? Yeah,
The
that's
kids,
like
the
that's what.
kids are very
Surface,
smart. Let
Mr.
me search something else.
Surface, Mr.
That was what I'm gonna ask.
But the ribs is getting smaller and big.
Yeah, the ribs are doing their job, but the diaphragm is doing
It's
nothing.
relaxing.
Oh, I found a good one.
It's watching only, Mr. Not
I
watching
found
anything.
a good one.
Mister, it's like a sad face.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, yes. It looks like a sad face.
Oh, this one is nice.
Look at the diaphragm. It's moving up. So lungs became small. Khalas?
This when you
Now we
when
are
you breathe
taking in air, like
out,
inhaling, and it rib cage became
taking
big.
it.
And wow, this is very, very good. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very
Let me
very good.
post it in the group also.
When you breathe air, it'll expand. When you breathe out air, you it will it'll get smaller.
Yes.
And the diaphragm, when you breathe, it'll go down. When you like take the carbon dioxide out, it will like go up.
No, it's not coming. Okay. So let's continue the lesson quickly. We need to finish it ASAP. And so we have studied, and you have to know the name of the muscles that is between the ribs. Okay, I will show you something.
What's called, Mr.?
Eh?
What's
Intercostal.
called the muscle?
Intercostal muscles between the ribs and the diaphragm.
They
Contracts.
do a job of breathing, contracts
Yeah,
and
contracts, increasing the volume of the chest cavity, which lowers the pressure, so air is forced into the nose and mouth.
Mr. It's better to see the key point. Like the key point
Oh.
will do everything.
Mr. Put it
Oh,
on the grill.
This
this
is
is for sheep.
yeah,
Yes.
beef.
I don't know.
It's on
I
the
don't
grill.
know. I don't know the animal, but this is the bone, correct?
Yes, the ribs. No, not the ribs. Yeah,
Yes,
ribs.
this is the ribs,
Yeah, the
and
ribs.
this is the ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But between these ribs, what do you
Muscle.
have?
Muscles,
the
muscles.
Intercostal.
muscles.
Muscles.
So, Mr.
Yes.
the muscles let the bones move.
Make the ribs to move.
Yes.
They make
The
ribs move.
muscles help the ribs
They are-
become expanded or contracted. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this
they are
is
between the
With the
this is
diaphragm.
The bones.
this is intercontinental championship heavyweight of the world. Yes. Intercostal muscles.
intercostal
Oh,
muscles.
this guy is moving, huh?
Oh,
Oh, scary.
His lung is blue.
Mister, in the animation, it doesn't show that there's something in the ribs that makes it move.
No, see,
Alas,
big,
you go home
some
and
bigger.
sleep. You go home and sleep. Okay, so intercostal muscles help
between
the ribs, okay, to increase or decrease their size, and also the diaphragm. So this you already know.
Mr. What
Okay.
does cavity means?
Like an empty space. Cavity means empty space.
Because in the definition and key points, it's written increasing the volume of the chest cavity, which lowers the pressure.
Chest cavity means the space inside your chest. This space. This space. Cavity is the space that I said. Okay, you have nasal cavity.
Okay.
And in the space inside your nose area, that one. So aerobic, okay. Now, what is in key points? Inhaling is what? The intercostal muscle between the ribs and the diaphragm contract. Okay, so the teacher can also trick you. In inhaling, what is the function of intercostal? In exhaling, what is the function of intercostal? The teacher can give you fill in the blank. Okay, how? In inhaling. Okay, are you guys looking? Intercostal muscles between the rib and the diaphragm, what? Contract. You have to
No, you've
remember.
answered unless
But if the
it's
teacher give you exhaling, so instead of contract, what will you write?
Relax.
Relax. Relax becomes what? They become big, yani, in size. Relax is like they lose and become big. Okay. So please remember the difference in inhaling and how other muscles are showing their function. Okay.
So
So
it relax,
aerobic,
it becomes smaller, right?
where?
When it relax, it becomes smaller. The
No, bigger.
lungs.
When something
Bigger?
is relaxing,
bigger.
it is bigger in size.
Take its place.
It becomes
So when we-
loose. Relax
so when
means
we
what? It becomes loose. Not kaju,
Oh.
loose. Okay.
So when we breathe, it's
Like Mr. Once it relax, it will take its place in the ribs.
It will take its place, yes.
Yes.
Like its normal position, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And aerobic respiration uses oxygen to break down. We know.
Glucose.
Breathing moves air into and out of the
And-
lungs, bringing oxygen into the body for respiration and remove carbon dioxide. That is waste for us, correct? Now the
Yeah.
bell jar model explains some of the changes seen in breathing,
It's not
but it has many limitations. The teacher can ask you, what are the limitations of the bell jar experiment? What will you write?
It's not written, Mister.
Not written?
I think.
Look at figure 5 and work out what is happening.
I didn't study this.
See, Mister.
So in this experiment, this rubber is acting as
the diaphragm,
diaphragm, and the balloons are acting as
lungs.
Okay.
Lungs.
So when you push it from
Yeah.
bottom with your hand, what will happen? The balloon will become contracted. It's in this scenario. The balloon
Yes.
will become contracted. Okay. But when you pull it apart, when you pull it down, because of the pressure inside, it will capture more air from top.
More air.
And
from
what
the
will
top.
happen?
Mister,
The balloons will become big, inflated.
Yes.
Mister, you know, in the science fair, there is a student make like this.
Oh, good. But one of the
Yeah.
limitation I can say that the rib cage is not expanding. In reality, the rib cage is also increasing in size because of the intercostal muscles.
Yes.
But in this
Yes.
experiment, you have a glass jar. You have glass here. You have glass here. Is it expanding in your experiment? No, it has a fixed
No.
shape. So I think this can be a problem. But let me check on Google if there are limitations of bell jar. Bell
Like Mr.
jar.
The limitation, as you said, that the ribs is not relaxing or contracting as the diaphragm, or and the lungs is green.
Okay, I didn't find anything useful. Okay, the last one now. We need to pay attention a lot here because we didn't take it till now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need silence now for this one. Okay.
Okay.
The structure of the alveoli. Now, alveoli is coming from where? From here. No, let's do the far distance. This is the alveoli.
Yes.
Here, these clouds or air sac. Okay, this they zoomed in and they got this diagram. And further zooming in, we find these diagrams. Okay, so these are the endpoints of the bronchus. Correct? Now,
Yes.
the structure of the alveoli. Wait. Badr is
Mister, see
raising
that
his
picture.
Badr is raising his hand. What happened, Badr? I just noticed. Nothing?
Mr. I just noticed that 5.7 is a thus.
You just noticed that?
Yeah, it's in the version. But I
What
think the
happened?
miss said that it's not
Yeah.
like unnecessary to
Which
Yeah.
lesson?
He
Which
said like that
lesson?
before.
5.7.
5.7 is necessary.
It's
No, I
unnecessary.
think the teacher said that no need.
Oh,
But
No, but
if
like
we didn't take, it's
La, but
easy.
make
Mister.
sure.
It's like an experiment,
Easy.
Mr. And we did it like about
Yes,
5
experiment.
times.
To breathe.
And
is
you
it
know
about the
everything.
breathing air?
Yeah, breathing rate.
Oh, easy, mister. It's just making
No
an
need, no need.
experiment.
If
It's
it's
like
need,
in
okay.
the
predicting.
exam, it's easy.
So now let's look at these structures that look like the table tennis ball. Okay, these structures look like table tennis ball.
Or grapes, Mr.
Yeah,
Grapes, okay. But okay, you call it whatever you like. Okay, so this diagram and this diagram is same. This is the outside appearance. Okay,
Inside
and this is the
That's-
inside appearance.
Inside.
Now inside you have so many complex structures. Yani you have oxygenated blood. Yani oxygenated blood is what? The blood that is rich in oxygen. And deoxygenated blood means what? The blood that is poor in oxygen, that contains a lot of carbon dioxide.
Oh,
Clear?
okay.
So I will write it down. Oxygenated blood is
That's
what?
come from the
Blood.
heart, Mister. It's come.
Correct.
Mister. The one,
Correct.
the one that has no oxygen.
But Mr.
come from
The blood.
The blood that comes out of the heart is oxygenated blood. Why? Because that oxygen is required in other parts, so it is supplying.
Yes.
But the blood that enters the heart is deoxygenated. Let me verify it
Will
also.
be recovered.
Mister,
Let me
the
verify
picture
it.
is deoxygenated, but mister, without the D in the picture.
But Mr. The blood that enters the alveolus will not be red, right? It's like brown or something like that, like plasma color.
Sorry.
The blood that will enter the alveolus will be like a plasma color, yellow or brown.
Where is it mentioned?
No. I'm just asking.
No, I have never heard something like this. But that doesn't mean that you are telling wrong. Yani, I did not hear does not mean, okay? Yani, when I say something, I didn't hear that. I'm not saying that you are wrong. I'm saying that
Yeah.
I am unaware of that information. Okay, so please don't, because many times my student thinks, when I teach them, I said, I have never heard. Then said, Mister, you said wrong. I said, I didn't say wrong. I said, I have no information. Do every human being has all the information on the planet? No.
No, Mr.
So if you don't know anything, you should accept it instead of being arrogant and like maghrur. I know everything.
مغرور.
I cannot make mistake. No. Okay, now what is happening? Blood from the heart is coming. So
And back to
you have a heart, okay, which does not look like this, but I'm making it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the heart.
Mr. I was
Okay, from the
thinking like
heart,
that.
the blood is coming here. Now, that blood is oxygenated or deoxygenated?
deoxygenated.
Deoxygenated. How do you write this? DE, and
Wait,
then
Mr.
you
How can
write
I know if
oxygen.
it is like or no?
D, Mr. or E? It's written E
It's
oxygenated.
without D, Mr.
Where?
Without
Where?
D.
E
See
only.
in the
See in
second
the
figure.
In this
inside.
diagram?
Inside. Yes.
They missed the
E
D. They missed the D.
I don't
Wait,
know
when
why
the
in the
blood
biology and the
enters the
physics.
No, that's a spelling mistake there.
Mr. I have a
In the biology
question.
and physics book have a lot of mistakes in spelling words.
Okay, so this is your heart. The heart has inlet and outlet. Yani the heart also takes blood and the heart also yani throws it out. Correct?
Yes.
You know this or you don't know this?
Yeah, we know.
We know this.
Yani in the heart, the blood also enters, and through the heart, the blood leaves. So the
Yes.
enters is the deoxygenated blood. Why? Because that blood requires oxygen.
Oh,
Okay, but
okay.
I need to like explain more things before that. Maybe because I was going on the wrong track. So you have this deoxygenated blood. Now, what is happening in this factory? Here they are supplying oxygen. Look, oxygen is going in that blood and carbon dioxide is coming out of that blood. You remember I told you one line here. Where is that one line? Gas exchange. Did I tell you gas exchange? Where did I tell you gas exchange takes place in the alveolus? Here.
In the alveolus. Yeah. Alveolus.
Gas exchange. Now look it happening in real time. Look it here. Okay, this blood is coming.
Yes.
What is happening? It's releasing carbon dioxide and taking in what?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. And then it moves from here, and the carbon dioxide that we got here, it can be thrown out because this alveolus has a path. And this alveolus has a path through bronchus and through trachea. It will go out again from the same pipe. The air came from the same pipe. Air is releasing.
Yes,
but what is the difference? We consume the oxygen, we trap the oxygen, and we are throwing back carbon dioxide through the same pipe. That's why it is known as gas exchange. Clear?
But
So
Mr.
far?
Like Mr. The oxygen is filtering the deoxygenated blood.
Hello.
Again? Say it again.
The oxygen is filtering deoxygenated blood. So it will be
Oxygen is not
blood.
filtering. Oxygen is entering the blood.
So it will be oxygenated blood.
Yes, when oxygen enters the blood is known as oxygenated blood. But when oxygen is not there in the blood, it is known as deoxygenated blood.
Mr. The deoxygenated blood having the carbon dioxide.
Yes, that's why look at the color. This color is what? Purple. Now,
yes.
It doesn't mean that the blood becomes purple. They just give you two colors so you understand better. Okay. Now look at purple color is here, 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 here. Now what happened? All the carbon dioxide is thrown inside this. So the blood became what? Normal white color. And the oxygen is involved. It became again red color.
Oxygen. Yeah.
Clear? Did you understand the stages? These are the stages.
Mister, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are the red blood cells. In blood, how many things are there? How many type of cells are there in blood? Red blood cells,
Red blood cells,
White
And-
blood cells.
white
white
blood
blood
cells, and one more thing.
yellow,
plasma.
no. Oh,
Plasma,
plasma.
Yeah.
Platelets.
Platelets. Yes.
And all of these three things flow in a plasma. They flow in a
In
plasma.
the plasma.
Ah.
The plasma is yellow, right, mister?
Yes, yellowish type of substance. Yes. So these three things flow in the plasma. Okay. So these are the components of blood.
But
Mister,
mister, what
we
is the
need to know
function
their
of
function.
capillaries in the?
The capillaries are the junction from where the arteries and the veins connect. Here,
What is junction, mister?
Conjunction. Like
not conjunction. Conjunction is something else, and junction is something else.
English.
Projection. What means?
Junction is like
Junction
where-
means the meeting point.
Oh, like the assembly of
Ah.
it. Like what is the like the most important function of the capillaries in the alveolus? That's why, Mister, you're an art teacher.
I'm not our teacher because our school made us draw these things 1,000 times.
But,
So that's
what
why-
you remember when students ask you in class in grade 6 that are you an art teacher?
Art
You
teacher.
said,
So
yes.
see, in biology, they show you two types of colors. They show you blue color and red color, but that does not mean in our body you have blue color and red color. Okay, they just show you to identify that red is like coming from the blood, from the heart, and blue is coming away from the heart, something like that. There is a meaning, and I don't remember now, but red color has a different meaning and blue color has a different meaning. One is artery, one is the veins, and where do they connect? This portion is known as capillary. This portion is known as capillary, which is shown even here. Look, this is blue color, this is red color. And how are they connected? Through this capillary. Okay.
Mister, I remember there was a picture in the biology book that shows that there are two types of lungs. No. What two types of lungs?
Two types of lungs.
Two types of arteries, or this thing. And there, the first one is the blood one, and the second one is the blue. But under the picture, they said that the red and blue colors are not real in real life.
Yes, they have a meaning.
Yeah.
Yani,
It's
so
only to scale.
capillary, what is the function of capillary? The alveoli has a good blood supply. Each tiny sac is surrounded by a network of blood vessels. Yes, these are blood vessels. They contain blood inside them, and they are known as capillary. Now, blood vessels are of three types:
Yeah,
arteries, veins, and capillaries. Okay.
Yeah.
Arteries,
veins,
you have veins,
and
capillaries.
what? Yeah. Thank you.
So oxygen from the air in the alveoli moves into the blood. Now the process is explained here. Oxygen from the air in the alveoli moves into the blood in the capillary. Waste carbon dioxide moves from the blood in the alveoli and is breathed out. Oh, this is the same thing I told you here. So nothing new. Okay, air is coming. Air is rich in what?
What?
The air that enters the lung from the atmosphere. It is rich in what?
Reaching the blood.
Rich in. I am saying rich in.
Rich in carbon dioxide.
MashaAllah. It's rich in carbon dioxide that we take in.
No. The one that
Then
is
you need to change your house location.
the one that is entering the alveolus is rich in the
Is
carbon dioxide.
rich in
But
oxygen. What?
Oxygen.
The It's rich in
that is
oxygen. How can you
entering.
say it's rich in oxygen? I'm saying entering or exiting.
No. But the one that is entering is rich in carbon dioxide.
How?
The one that is getting out is rich in oxygen.
Say it one more time. Say it one more time. You
Like
are
the
telling
one,
me the air that comes here is rich
yes,
in carbon dioxide. Yani it contains a lot of carbon dioxide. Are you telling me this?
yes.
Yani we
Like
are taking in carbon dioxide and we are throwing out oxygen. We are trees. Yes? This is what you are saying. We are trees. Because
like
trees
Mr.
take carbon dioxide and they throw oxygen.
No.
But
You see,
humans take oxygen and they throw out carbon. So what are we? We are plants or we are animals? I mean
you
humans.
see that deoxygenated blood. Yes, the deoxygenated blood is
I did
the
not
blood
say
that
deoxygenated blood. I said the air that we take in. I said air. I did not say deoxygenated blood. Other students, did I say air or did I say deoxygenated blood?
Air.
I said air. And even I'm drawing this. Look at the proof. The arrow. Look at the arrow. Okay, one more time. One more time. The air that we take in is rich in what?
Oxygen.
oxygen.
Is rich in oxygen.
Oxygen.
Now,
Yes.
what our body does for that oxygen? It traps it and let it move
Yes.
forward.
With the blood.
Okay. And the blood that is coming from back supply, from this pipe supply, it
Will have
it
the
is
carbon
rich in
dioxide.
what? It is rich in what?
Carbon
Carbon
dioxide.
dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Where is it thrown out? Here it is thrown out. Why? Because it can escape the body through air. That's why.
Yes.
Muhammad Amin, what happened to you? You suddenly became tree or what? Are you watching too much tree videos on YouTube these days? What? Are you transforming
No,
into
Mr.
trees?
He's
What
eating
happened?
with Jamal.
maybe he's eating only the salad. That's why.
I went to McDonald's to eat the Caesar salad.
Mashallah.
He's eating with Jamal
Okay.
at the canteen.
So you guys understood what is happening, the process happening here? We have studied it so many times now. I don't need to say it again and again. Clear?
Yes, خلاص.
Okay, clear.
Yes, enough.
Nice.
So this part,
Mr. Last question. Mr. I have
please.
only one question.
Okay.
Capillaries. I don't understand what they do. Like they're the junction of connecting the things, but
We will
The
study now. Now look, I will tell you. The alveoli have a good blood supply. Each tiny sac is surrounded by a network of blood vessels called capillary. I'm reading it now, okay? Then I'll explain. Oxygen from the air in the alveoli. Oxygen from the outer air, okay? It enters the alveoli, move into the blood in the capillary. Okay. Yani, where is it moving? This oxygen jet that is entering where? Is entering in the capillary.
Capillary.
And from capillary,
Yes.
it goes further. Look, it enters the blood in the capillary. Khalas, that's all. Yani capillary is what? This is the place where the oxygen is transferred. From what?
Like
From
like
the fresh air that we take in. Capillaries hold the oxygen for that time.
Like Mr. It's the net that holds oxygen.
Yes. In this process. Waste carbon dioxide moves from the blood into the air in the alveoli and this breathe out. Yes, we throw it outside our body. The oxygen and carbon dioxide both move by diffusion. Now again, diffusion has entered the chat.
Yes. There is also math, Mr. That is coming to the chat.
Also what?
See down. Math.
Surface area.
See down. 100 meters square.
Each alveolus is very small, but there are millions of them. Together, the alveoli have a huge surface area of around 100 meters square. Ooh, where gas
Yeah, 100 by
exchange
100.
takes place.
It's
What?
like a house, Mr.
So how much area?
Area.
For example, if you have a square that has 10 meter by 10 meter side, that will
Like a
give you
room in the house.
no, even 10 meter room is like a big hall. Good for gaming.
Yeah.
Very big hall.
Yeah.
It requires a 60-inch
Yeah.
TV or more. So 100 meters
room
square.
is
This
My
much
room is 6
area
by
is there.
10.
Huh?
My room is 6 by 10. That's why I said like
Yeah,
it's
me
a
too.
room.
Wow,
Me
your
too.
room is a gaming room, huh? Big hall. We should organize some tournaments.
Me too, Mr. 6 by 6.
Oh, good. So each alveolus, okay, so alveolus we have studied too much detail now.
Yeah.
Now what is happening? There is a steep concentration gradient between the oxygen in the air you breathe in and the blood in your, there is a steep concentration gradient. What is steep? Steep slope. Did we study
Faster.
steep slope in physics?
Yes.
This was
Yes.
our graph. Okay, this is a steep graph, but this is a less steep graph, correct?
Yes, yes.
And this is
In
more
physics
steep.
also, Mr.
This
In
is
physics, we
less
take.
in physics, correct? When we were comparing the acceleration and speed of two different things. If
Yeah.
the line is steep, too much speed. If line is less steep, less speed. Okay, now what is happening here? Let me see who is still with me. Okay, everyone is there. Badar is still raising the hand, and when I ask him to say something, he will just laugh in the emoji. Amir is
Like
there,
that.
Adnan and Ibrahim. Ibrahim, are you still there?
So I think he died between like he joined and then died.
I think he joined and he go to sleep.
Then what should I consider him, present or absent today?
I think he
don't
wants
know.
to waste money.
No, no, Mr. Take money.
He wants to waste money.
No, this is like strange. You want to give free money?
If me like
Okay.
your place, Mr., I would do the same that. I would take money from him.
Okay, there is a steep concentration gradient between the oxygen in the air you breathe in and blood in and between the carbon dioxide in the blood and the air in the lungs. Okay, these gradients mean that diffusion takes place quickly. Okay. Here they are telling that the concentration of carbon dioxide here is too much, and the amount of concentration carbon dioxide here is very less. So what happens? The diffusion takes quickly. Yani the carbon dioxide quickly escapes from here quickly and goes here. Why? Because there is a very big difference, but there is a steep difference. Same with oxygen. The oxygen here is too much. Yani I'll tell you. This is, for example, oxygen I am showing you by, let me change the colors. Masalan, oxygen is green color. Okay. And masalan, carbon dioxide is blue color. Are you with
Black.
me? Let's
Yes,
call
yes.
it blue color, no problem. Now I will show you something. There is too much oxygen particle here, too much concentration. Okay, because we have taken the air from the atmosphere, so it contains too much oxygen and it contains carbon dioxide also, but less. Oh, carbon dioxide is blue color. Okay. So carbon dioxide is also there. Yes. Okay. This is the air sample that we take in our body, correct? Now, in our blood also there is already existing carbon dioxide and oxygen, correct? From before?
Yes.
Okay. What is the concentration? Carbon dioxide is less. Okay. Carbon dioxide is less. And oxygen is also less. No. Carbon dioxide is more here because it is deoxygenated. Sorry. Too much carbon dioxide. زيادة في العيادة. زيادة في العيادة. زيادة. Okay, زيادة carbon dioxide. And how much is oxygen here?
Less.
Very less. Very less. Are you guys understanding this diagram here? Because this is deoxygenated blood, it contains too much carbon dioxide but less oxygen. Now think carefully. Diffusion is what? High concentration to low concentration, or low concentration to high concentration? What is diffusion?
High concentration to low
concentration.
Yes. Now look at the blue color. Where is blue color more? Left side or right side?
Left side.
Left side. So what will happen? From high to low, halas, carbon dioxide will start moving in this empty space. Did you understand? Carbon dioxide will get collected quickly because of diffusion. Okay. Okay. What about the green dots? Where are more green dots? In this the first
In the
position or in the second
The right.
position?
First.
In the first position. Okay. So that means where will the green particle move? From 1 to 2 or 2 to 1?
1 to 2.
1 to 2, because here the green particles are so less and here the green particles are so more. So which process will take place now? Diffusion.
What? Yes.
Diffusion. What will happen? This oxygen will start entering. Yalla, go inside, go inside, go inside, go inside, go inside.
Yeah.
And blue, go outside, go outside,
We'll
go outside. Khalas. Go outside, go outside.
Like that.
And what will happen? This all go outside, we will throw out. And this all
Outside the
green
lungs and
inside,
trachea, then
we will pass it on. Yalla, go to the heart. Yalla, go to the
enter
heart.
to the blood and move. Yes.
Yes. I think now this is one of the best explanation. Khalas. You don't need any more explanation
Yes.
now.
Khalas.
And this is the first time I think I'm learning this concept in my life. I don't know. I learned in my school days or not, I forgot. But now I'm learning with you. So this is mashallah very interesting. The thing that I
Now,
told
Mr.
you.
If you ask me what's your name?
What?
Now, Mr. If you ask me what's your name, I said I'll be like.
You know that much good, huh?
Yes.
So the diffusion process that I told you is mentioned here. Okay, is mentioned here. So the diffusion takes place very quickly. Now there is a problem here. There is a disease of lungs. Okay, COPD. Please learn the full form. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Yes, it's a disease. Yes, it's a disease. This is a disease of lung. Okay, and in this, what happens? The structure of the alveolus is affected. What is the meaning of structure? The shape, the appearance, the formation of alveolus becomes changed. What happens? You may have seen that the structure of the alveoli is very well adapted for gas exchange. If this structure is damaged, gas exchange will not take place efficiently, like in a good manner. It will not take place. What is happening? What happens to in COPD? The thin walls of the alveoli break down. Oh, there are walls here. There are thin walls here. Look. Someone is typing message very fast. Huh? Mr. Faiz is not ending the call. Yalla, save us. So these are the walls. Okay. So what happens in this disease?
It will join together.
This leads to fewer big air sacs instead of many tiny ones. And what happens? What are the symptoms of COPD? People with COPD get breathless very easily. Yani they just move few steps and yani they breathe heavily. These patients, like when you are just walking for even 2 minutes, will you guys breathe heavily for normal walking? No. You will breathe heavily when you are running very fast, correct?
Like Mr.
But some
COPD
guys,
is the same as asthma.
I don't know.
No.
Like C and 5.9, it's called, talking about asthma. It's like the same as COPD, like the same effects on the body.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because and also Mr. Adam,
Okay.
that is in our class, have asthma.
Okay, so what are the symptoms of COPD? This can be asked. So you have to write. The people with COPD get breathless very easily. They cannot walk far and it is difficult to run or climb stairs. Yani, you can imagine when normal walking is difficult for them, then you can imagine running and climbing is like a big challenge.
But what can cause COPD, Mr.?
Why do I don't know this. How COPD happens to your body, I don't know. In what cases it can happen, I don't know. You need to check it on Google. Okay. Why does COPD make people breathless? Now, what is the reason? The big air sac have a smaller surface area. How much surface area is expected in a healthy human body? 100 meters square for alveolus. Okay. But in the patient of COPD, what happens? The surface area is less. And when surface area is less, then less gas exchange will take place.
Yes.
Correct?
Mister,
So
I know this is what happened.
wait. So less gas exchange will take place, and when less gas exchange will take place, then what will happen? Then the cell of the body do not get enough oxygen.
Mister,
Okay, and the waste carbon dioxide build up in your blood. Oh, too much carbon dioxide in your blood. That's why you feel breathless, and the body reacts by trying to get more air into the lungs. Ah, okay. Because
Mister,
the
I can say something?
body. What? Yes, tell me now. The
Okay,
chapter is finished.
Mister, I read about this disease. This disease is when it's broken, it will be like two alveoli will join together, and the one big alveoli,
Yalla, bye bye,
will
mister.
work. It will work like a small one. You know that, Mister?
What?
Mister, when this disease comes to a human being,
Mhm.
that means that it will be broken. Then the alveolus, one alveolus, it will join another alveolus. So it will be one big alveolus, okay? And one big
Yes.
alveolus, it will work like a same of one small one.
Yani basically the area is reduced. And if you have many air sacs, you have a large surface area. But when you have less air sac, you have less area. And less area means what? You have less gas. That's why you need to
Yes,
compensate.
yes,
You need to recover quickly.
yes.
Okay. So I think that's enough for today. Look at the hand. This hand is suffering from what disease?
Is this a hand, mister? I thought this is fire.
Yeah.
Let me remove
How
that
much finger has it?
bad hand. How many fingers? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. 5.5.
5.5.
Okay, so that's the end for today's session. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Badr is laughing a
Good
lot.
one.
Okay.
Okay,
If we
bye.
all will go, then Ibrahim will stay alone in the class. If I leave the meeting, he will be alone.
Let's see.
But if I end the
No,
meeting,
end it,
he will
Mister.
be automatically logged out.
Yes. Let's try it,
It's
mister.
better to end.
Lala, I'll end the call. I have other class and I have Salah time now. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.